Hello YouTube, what is up? This is ACNL Insight, and today we're going over ordinances and the basics on public works projects. Ordinances are basically laws that you pass. You can select from 4, and you can only have 1 active at a time. Basically, your citizens will abide by that law, and it will change the type of town that you're living in. They are the Bell Boom Ordinance, the Keep the Town Beautiful Ordinance, the Night Owl Ordinance, and also the Earlybird Ordinance. I'll go over the Earlybird and the Night Owl Ordinances because they're a little simpler. Basically, the Earlybird will make it so that your stores are open 3 hours earlier. So, for example, retail is open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. normally. This will make it so that it is open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and extends all times that shops are open by 3 hours earlier than they normally would be. And also, your villagers will be out of bed 3 hours earlier, and then go to bed 3 hours earlier as well, I believe. I'm not positive if they do go to bed earlier or if it also extends the time. It's hard to keep track of that kind of thing just because, you know, villagers kind of like can go to bed between a certain time frame anyways. And normally, you know, I'm not playing during those times, but if anybody knows, then please let me know and I'll add it to like the description or an annotation to the video. And the Night Owl is the same, except it's 3 hours later. So if retail's open normally from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., then it's open from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. And again, this affects all your shops and things like that. And then your villagers will get up for the day and go to bed 3 hours later than they normally would. So then moving on to the Bell Boom Ordinance. This ordinance basically makes it so that all your items are bought and sold for 20% more than the normal price. And I would highly suggest this if you're just starting your town and trying to pay off your loans or just get, you know, items for your home. Just because usually you'll be selling more items than you're buying, so it helps a lot, and every little bit helps at the beginning of the game. And then you also get 2 premium items for sale at retail instead of 1. So if you check the sign next to retail, it will tell you 1 item that's on premium, which premium means Reese will buy it for double the price that she normally would buy it. They don't stack, so your premium price is, she's always going to pay you double of what the original price is. They don't stack, so it doesn't matter whether you sell, you know, your premium item in a town that doesn't have the Bell Boom Ordinance or that does have the Bell Boom Ordinance. The premium price will always remain the same. Just for every other item, it will be increased by 20% whether you're selling or buying it. Something I didn't see mentioned anywhere else, like online or anything like that, the island charges more medals per item, but you're not receiving any more medals for doing tours. So if you plan on buying a lot of things from the island and you don't feel like putting in that extra effort to get that extra 20%, then I would maybe switch off to a different ordinance if you're going to be trying to buy, you know, say like a set of furniture or something like that, and frequenting the island to buy items. And the last ordinance is Keep the Town Beautiful. Basically, villagers will plant and water more flowers, and they will weed as well more, and weeds will just appear less often because, you know, your game is saying that your villagers are trying to keep track of that. So instead of getting, say like 3 weeds a day, and if you don't weed them, you know, you just keep getting more and more, you might have 3 weeds on your town generally, and then that's it. And also, cockroaches will not appear in your house at all. I'm not sure if you have seen cockroaches in your house. Basically, if you don't have the Keep the Town Beautiful Ordinance, then if you're not moving around your furniture often, so like, you know, redecorating your house, then you'll find cockroaches in your house. So if you don't like the cockroaches, then you can have this Keep the Town Beautiful ordinance. Trash also will not be fished out of the water if you have the Keep the Town Beautiful ordinance. And then also, if you time travel, it's less harsh on the environment. You can come back to a town full of, you know, flowers instead of weeds. So that's about it for the ordinances. My suggestion would be, the night owl and the early bird, that's pretty specific to certain people who do not time travel and, you know, are only able to play at certain times. So that's under your discretion to see whether or not you need to have those ordinances. They are helpful because, you know, you won't have to be missing out on selling items if you are on during specific times and don't want to time travel. So that's all understandable. But early on, I would definitely suggest the Bell Boom Ordinance just to help you get those loans paid off and help you, you know, if you see items that you want, to have the money to be able to make that purchase. And then later on, I would suggest, you know, after you've paid, you know, most of your loans or you're taking a break from that, you could turn on the Keep the Town Beautiful ordinance just so that you can have a nicer town that you don't have to put as much effort into, because as time passes, your town's just going to kind of like fill with flowers, and it's not, you know, you bringing back a ton of flowers from the island and planting them. It's not all you. Your town, your villagers will help you with that, which is nice. So that's what I would suggest. First, the Bell Boom Ordinance, and then the Keep the Town Beautiful as you progress into the game, or if you want to take a break from, you know, just grinding and paying off loans and things like that. And as for Public Works projects, there's a list of Public Works projects that you have at the beginning of the game, and you can always get additional, and I won't explain that in this video just because it can get a little complicated, but basically different villagers can suggest different Public Works projects, and how to get those I can help you with in a future video. I will be going over that, but for now, I'll just go over, basically you select a project to start, and then you select where you want to put that project, and you have to pay the amount. I mean, it says that it takes donations from all of the villagers in the town, but they honestly don't really donate that much. So if you're waiting on them to like pay the full amount, then you will pretty much be waiting a very long time. I've never tried this just because I'm impatient and I want, you know, that project to come up the next day and be done with construction, because once you pay it off the next day, it will be constructed. So in theory, you could, you know, start it one day and then have it up the next day, depending on how much it is and how much you've saved and are willing to devote to that. But basically, towards the beginning of the game, I would suggest that you have your bridges up, just because it makes it easier to navigate the town. You can have up to 3 bridges. Now, if you are looking to receive the other types of bridges by request, like the fairy tale bridge and things like that, then you should only put up 2 bridges, just because you won't be able to get requests if you have the maximum amount of bridges. And that's for anything else, but I don't think there are restrictions on other Public Works projects. But that's the basics. You request it, you know, have Isabel place the gyroid somewhere so you can pay it off, and then once you pay it off, it will be constructed the next day. And it's as simple as that. And again, I'll be going over, you know, how to get different types of requests from villagers. You can get 1 request per day. So I'll be helping you guys with that in a future video. So that's it for me, you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. It's almost Thanksgiving in 2016. So if you guys celebrate that, have a happy Thanksgiving. and if not, just have a happy Thursday. Also, I'd like to say, if you guys have suggestions for videos or something that you're interested in, let me know and I'll see if I can make it into a video. I do have videos planned, but I can always, you know, do different things depending on if I get any good suggestions and if I'm capable of making a video that is, you know, informative on that topic. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Love you guys, and see you guys later in my next video. Bye.